definitely scary.
Patrick, can you just describe what it felt like? Take us through the injury itself and when you're getting up.
Yeah, no, I was obviously running for the goal line, was about kind of committed to running the football, and at the last second saw Samaje, and so kind of awkwardly rolled the ankle a little bit.
What's up everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. So the instinct and trust between Patrick Mahomes and new Chiefs receiver DeAndre Hopkins was already on display on Monday night's 30-24 overtime win against the Bucs, just 11 days after Kansas City sent a conditional 5th round pick to the Titans for the 33-year-old as an answer to a slew of injuries. The Chiefs saw a promising connection that led to 2 touchdowns that helped them keep their undefeated record on the season. Twice, Mahomes found Hopkins matched against second-year Bucs corner Josh Hayes. The first gave the Chiefs a 10-7 lead in the second quarter. Hopkins credits his quick rapport with Mahomes to the time they've spent together in less than 2 weeks as teammates.
Definitely scary. I think it hurt more just because it's the same ankle I rolled last week, so it scared me a little bit. But once I kind of took my breath and kind of calmed down a little bit, ended up being not too bad. We were able to go in there, kind of get the respat, and go back on the football field.
Were you feeling a little better just as you got about halfway across the field when you were on your own?
Yeah, I was trying to run off the field, and they were telling me not to. I mean, just kind of the football mentality is to get off the field, and we just scored a touchdown. And they told me to just take it slow, and as I started walking, I started feeling better, and obviously after I get the respat, get that comfortability back, and then took a few drops and felt good.
And just the last thing with Andy said that he actually told you were coming out, and then
I thought he was joking. He said it, and I was like, come on, like we're not doing this again. He trusts me, and once the doctors checked it out, and I was able to get back and do the drops again, he let me get back on the field.
Any similarities between this injury and the one in the playoffs?
No, I think just because the one in the playoffs a couple years ago was a little bit how I got tackled. It got stuck and it hurt a lot more. I could move. I still have mobility in my ankle, and I still did after this game. And so obviously you'll sleep, probably get a little swelling tomorrow, but a short week. But you go in there and take care of it and be prepared to play next week.
You knew pretty quick it wasn't anything like serious, right?
Yeah, I mean, you feel the pain, and that scares you because, I mean, obviously I've dealt with ankles before, but just kind of laid there, and as time kind of went on, the pain subsided. Yeah, that's why it was a big word for me. But it did, and so I just kind of got back to it and got back moving again, and felt comfortable going out there.
What makes DeAndre such a nice fit for what you guys like to do?
Yeah, I mean, he's so good at winning one-on-one, and so to be able to have him down in the red zone, third down situations, he does a good job of filling out and finding those windows. He's kind of like Travis does. I think as he figures out the whole entire offense, he'll get even better because there's sometimes he's going places I'm like, man, there's a time and a place for that, but that's what makes him great. And then you give him a chance down the field and he makes a play. It goes from a play where it might have been a bad decision to a big-time catch.
On the play where he had 3 defenders around him, did he run the route?
He ran the route similar to Trav did, and as I scrambled up in the pocket, he kind of took off down the field, and I wanted to throw the ball a little bit harder. Obviously, getting hit, it kind of floated a little bit for me, but to have a guy like that can go up and make that catch in a crowd of defenders is a special type of player.
Patrick, how much does it enter your mind with DeAndre that he's going to be the target on that play and the history he has of maybe bringing down some guys?
Yeah, I mean, you see it on tape, and I mean, there's even more in the game I probably could have gave him chances for, but you have to know the time and the place to give him those chances, and I felt like we're kind of at the edge of field goal range, give him a chance down the field, let him make a play, and he did, and the more plays he makes, the more chances I give him, and that's kind of how you roll as you go along the season.
And the fourth quarter touchdown he has to go ahead where he runs a slant, Andy said there's a couple options in the play. You're trusting him, not having played with him that long, that he's going to steal the same way.
Yeah, he's extremely intelligent, so we can talk about things on the sideline. He's seen a lot of different looks, and so we had talked about certain coverages and what we were going to do with him, and then obviously I had options on the other side as well, but they gave him the one-on-one option. We got to the check that we had talked about versus the coverage we had talked about, and he goes out there and makes a big-time catch.
You say talk about even during the week?
Yeah, during the week. We talked about that during the week. I mean, you obviously study tape. You see the different looks you can get in that certain situation, and obviously with the defense pushed over to kind of take Trav away for the most part. It's one-on-one on the backside. Then you look at the leverage of the guy and you get to the right check, and you let a guy win one-on-one.
Patrick, some of the guys in the locker room are gaining more and more respect for Kareem with what he's done for them. not that long ago. What's it been like for you to watch him get back into this and really excel?
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun to watch, man. I mean, he's come in the building since he's been here, and he just got after it every single day. He works his tail off. He prepares himself for the moment, and then whenever we get down there in like fourth quarter and into games, he's going to make those runs 5 to 6 yards, 7 yards, whatever it is, and he's going to finish. And when you play that hard the entire game, it wears on the defense. And so I think the guys are proud of the way he's playing and the way he's coming about his business this year.
What's he like in the huddle in like the fourth quarter and overtime? Has he got any personality?
Oh, he wants the football. I think that's the biggest thing is as the game goes on, it's like he starts feeling it and he starts going. And there's certain situations where I might have throws on the outside, and I'm like, man, I'm giving this guy the football and letting him go because when he's running, even those 6-yard, 5-yard carries, that they take a toll on the defense.
Patrick, just that run with Kareem obviously to win the game, just what's running through your head when you see that and these scores, and obviously him coming back just alluded to that, but walk us through that play when he scores the game winner.
Yeah, I mean a great run. I thought the offensive line did a great job all night, really. But they did a great job on that play and getting that push, and then Kareem, once you get the push, he's going to follow it in there and get in the end zone. And I'm happy for him to bounce back and come back here and then have this great start to the middle of the season here. Whenever we get Isaiah back, it's going to be a tough tandem for guys to tackle.
Patrick, a lot of times when you hear non-contact injury or have a non-contact injury, that's pretty scary in itself. Was that part of what made you scared?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, whenever you do something and it's not, like you said, it's non-contact, you don't know exactly what happens, and you get that sharp pain. You always fear the worst. That's why I kind of sat there on the sideline for a second and just kind of took a breath. And as time went on, and I kind of realized it wasn't as bad as it looked or felt, I was able to kind of recuperate myself and get back on the football field.
Is there a way to describe what that pain feels like?
Just not good. That's the best way to describe it.
Trav had a career-high 14 receptions. I mean, yet another thing never done in his career. What was working so well? Why were you guys in sync this game? And how has that grown as the season's kind of gone?
I didn't realize he had that many catches. Yeah, I mean, he does a great job of finding space, and I think with having DeAndre out there, it takes pressure off him where all the eyes aren't on him the entire time. And then I know it was out of bounds, but hitting the deep shot to Xavier down the field, and then being close from that one to J. Watt, it spreads the defense out, and you let guys like that work underneath. I'm almost positive he had a game with 16 receptions, and not in a playoff game though. But yeah, whenever he gets going, man, he's hard to stop. Last one, Nate.
Two things.
Pat and I just out there making a play. They played good defense. They had the first initial route covered. I might have ran the wrong route at first, and Pat he worked with me scrambling.
How much more comfortable do you feel 2 weeks into this than the first week?
A lot more comfortable. Coaches do a great job of getting me prepared. I think it's not just Connor, but everybody on the offensive side. Everybody's always testing me, asking me questions. Just seeing my knowledge of the offense as we go.
Sounded like you had a couple options on that touchdown in the fourth quarter from go ahead. What did you see there to prompt you to run the slant?
Man, I can't give away our schemes, but Pat and I, playing ball. We kind of figured we would have that look. Two guys just trying to combo me, and he put the ball where only I could get it.
DeAndre, what little things maybe did you and Patrick do over the last 2 weeks to get on the same page as good as it seemed like?
Communication, talking throughout practice, talking in the locker room, just communicating every day, just about looks that we see, and me just picking his brain, asking him what he likes, and when I'm not out there taking a rep, I'm always learning and just seeing how he does things.
DeAndre, it looked like a scary situation when Patrick went down. A lot of the fans were a little freaked out, right? What was it like with the players on the sideline for that couple minutes when he was in the tent and not knowing what was going on?
Pat's a tough guy. We felt the same. Obviously, he's the leader of this offense and leader of this team. So, when he went down, everybody was just kind of, around him, just seeing, was he all right? But obviously, he got up, and that's Pat.
DeAndre, your first experience in a Chiefs uniform at Arrowhead Stadium, just kind of give us a summarization.
And a blessing. I'm grateful to be here. So, I'm still taking it in. I believe in and God, prayer, manifestation. So just taking it in, man.
DeAndre, it seemed like the social media and fans really enjoyed the Remembering the Titans.
So this is now 3 straight for you. Just take us through what you're feeling. Not ideal.
No, not ideal. Against a team like that, it comes down to little things. Everybody has a hand in this one. I think for the half, penalties and not completing the ball on a couple of easy throws and on that last drive for halftime, that really giving away 3 points. And when you look at it against a team like this, that's the difference in winning and losing. And so, just disappointing overall. But our guys fought, and it's against a team on the offense like that. Like you can only give them so many chances. So when you win the coin toss, that's what happens. But then, I'm proud of all the guys we had on offense that stepped up, and Todd had a good message. We're that close, and don't get used to losing, but just turn this thing around. And we got a home game next week, and it's an NFC opponent, and got to find a way to win. That's it.
The swing on it was, you guys almost knocked off the NFL's only unbeaten team, but then instead it's dropping 3 straight.
It's right now it's about us. It doesn't matter who we play. We have to focus on just doing our job and finding ways to win, and that's all that matters. So just got to stop it. Let's stop the skid. Look at the things of why we lost when we look at the tape, and you go from there.
Baker, it's tough. I know you guys just came off of that loss, but do you also see some of the positives that came out, especially that final drive at the end of the regulation?
Yeah, a lot of resiliency by our guys. Guys up front played well. Everybody was kind of making plays, and a lot of guys that not necessarily had played a lot making plays for us. So, there's a lot of positives to take away from it, but there's a certain point when you lose 3 in a row, how many positives you're going to take away from it before you really get sick of it. So there's got to be accountability, and I'll make sure that happens. So we'll get it fixed.
Jalen McMillan suffers a hamstring injury on Friday, and then we find out today that he's going to be out. At what point did you know that he was going to be out, and how much did that throw off your game plan?
I found out in the locker room when we got here, so or after he did the workout, I guess. We had some plays designed for him, but it's part of being a pro. You gotta take care of your body, and sometimes unfortunate things happen, but you gotta do everything you can to get ready to play for this team.
Sterling Shepard helped